All right, a bit later in the day now. I have to go into work. It's 3 p.m. I've got to head into work and do a surgical workshop. We're actually teaching baby doctors how to sew people up. So just got to go get some tools for that. And then, yeah, unfortunately, it's a nice day to ride a bike. It's a little bit hot, but it's not a bad day. I think I haven't cooked it. Don't know. All right, picked up the stuff that I needed to from work. And now I'm going to head out to the hospital and do some stuff out there. Don't you just love it when you look down and realise you've put your socks on inside out? Here's. Okay, I've got to admit, it doesn't really, like, it feels hot, but it doesn't really feel that hot. But I just looked out at my temperature gauge. Check this out. It's 42.5 degrees Celsius, which is so hot. And it's almost oppressively hot to the point where I can't even get the camera out. I can barely breathe, it's so hot. But push on, I've got about 10 k's to go. Alright, I'm here. That was probably one of the most horrendous rides I've ever done. It was so hard towards the end there, that last 10k, it was so hot. But here, I'm going to have a shower now. Alright, my Canon G7X seems to have died. I'm going to have to go in tomorrow morning and buy a new G7X, but for the ride home, unfortunately, I'm on the iPhone 6, covering up the microphone so I don't get too much wind noise. So that was a suturing workshop that I did with young doctors, basically. So they're all doctors straight out of school and all qualified doctors, but I don't have a huge amount of experience in using sutures to sew up patients, so this was practice. Give the iPhone credit where credit's due though. The image stabilization on this camera is off the chart. You can move the camera around and the image stays practically as still. It's awesome. The dude was pulling away from me. Ew! Keith Macca on Snapchat says, do any doctors know your vlog? Yes, I've got several doctors, surgeons I work with who know and say they like my vlog and watch it. So a lot of my customers do. Hopefully my boss doesn't. When my boss starts watching my vlog, that's when I know it could be a problem. But she's awesome. So, I mean, you think I have to say that, but she actually is awesome. It's just that she's funny about things like this, so if she, hopefully she says nothing to me if she does watch the vlog.
Cycling Maven all the way from Scotland. You're the man. I love watching your programs on YouTube. Keep it up, man. All the best.
Thanks, mate. It is awesome to know that people on the other side of the world are watching the vlog. It's actually quite crazy considering I'm just a normal dude making videos and there's people on the other side of the world enjoying the videos. So thanks for the message, bro.
Good evening, good humans, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Baco.
G'day, mate. Just on a nice bike ride here in Adelaide, in Australia. Except we're riding on the wrong side of the road.
Not a bad effort at the accent. Needs some work, but it was pretty good. Thanks, guys. Patty Cakes says, any tips from coming back from a serious crash? It's like with anything, mate. You need to just get back on the bike and have a crack and get out there and get amongst it again. I think your confidence is probably going to be a little bit shattered. I've had some massive crashes. I've crashed at 70 kilometers an hour, landed on the back of my head, completely caved in my helmet. And that's just one crash of probably 10 big crashes I've had. And one thing I will say, that if you are going to bike race, you are going to have crashes. So you just need to get your head around that concept and understand that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And just get back on the horse, you know, just get back on the bike, fix the bike up and get back into it, because cycling is way too awesome to give it up because of a crash. Adam says to me, what are your thoughts on climbing wheels versus aero wheels? Look, climbing wheels are just lighter wheels. Aero wheels are good for crits and things like that. I mean, biggest enhancement to your bike is a good set of race wheels, okay? But aero wheels are good right up until the wind starts blowing. And as soon as the wind starts blowing and you start getting crosswinds and things like that, especially deep dish, really deep, like I've got NV 6.7, so they're really deep dish wheels. You know, as soon as you get in a situation like that, the wheels become actually more of a hindrance, okay? So personally, I like climbing wheels to race in all conditions, you know, unless I'm going over cobbles or something like that, which rarely happens here in Australia. But I race on, you know, like I've put aside the Envies now because there's only certain situations you can take them out. And I think a really, like a light climbing wheel as such is a perfect solution for all settings. And people get bogged down in the detail way too much, you know, like people overthink the detail and of these wheels. I mean, you just need a good set of race wheels, whether they be, you know, they just need to be light, but they need to be strong. And just get out on them and just race as hard as you can possibly race. They're not going to make a significant difference to your race, I can assure you. Okay, so just get out there and don't worry about the detail too much. It's a lot of marketing hogwash and it's a lot of brainwashing that goes on, and you just got to sort of get rid of it out of your brain. Kaushik says, I think that's how you say his name, I notice you wear normal shoes on the long haul trucker. So what pedals are you using? Okay, so what pedals are you using? So I use these Shimano pedals. I'm not exactly sure of the name of them, but I'll put a picture of them just there. They are, you can wear normal shoes on one side and then you can flip them over and clip into mountain bike SPD cleats. So they're quite versatile. I really like them. Eric Slafke says, how do you take the coffee? I always take it black with 1 or 2 sugars. And sometimes actually I have almond milk or I'll have soy milk with it. When is Hannah going to get on a race bike? Hannah actually was over my shoulder reading this question, and she said, Jason, in this really sexy voice, which I can't replicate, in your dreams. No, she's just said she's not going to get on one probably for ages, but I'll keep chipping away though. But it's coming into winter here in Australia. It's going to be a lot harder. Jade Cleveland says, do you monetize your videos? If so, how much do you make per month on YouTube? At the moment, I'm earning about 500, 400, 300 bucks a month, which isn't a lot of money. I mean, you might think it is, but in comparison to what I earn in my day job, it's not a lot of money, but it certainly pays for little things like, you know, SD cards, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into making these videos. I've got a light here, and I've got my bloody camera and a mic, and there's so many things. And plus I pay for a lot of stuff for my bikes and stuff. So it is let me tell you, it's a very expensive little project, this YouTube stuff. Runner Dumnez says, good morning, you crack-a-lacking humans. Good job, bro. Is the cycling kit going to be available for us in the other hemispheres? Yes, look, I'm going to try and make this kit available to everywhere that I can in the world. So having said that, I am a complete novice when it comes to clothing and apparel and sending it overseas and things like that. So obviously we're going to have to factor in shipping, because I don't want this to cost me a huge amount of money. Like, I don't mind putting some money into it, but if it's going to cost me an absolute shitload of money to ship this stuff around, then I can't do it. It's not sustainable. So so yes, hopefully for all those people that have asked, yes, I'll try and get everyone the kit around the world. It'd be so sick having people all over the world wear the Cycling Maven kit. What a squad. We'd have to start, I mean, I've already started up a little team on Strava, but we'll have to start up something and do some rides and shit. I don't know. Who knows where this may take, where this may lead me, this whole YouTube thing. I mean, I would love to travel around the world eventually and just vlog major events, and I might even work on getting events to sponsor me to fly over and vlog the event and put it on YouTube. Who knows? But eventually that's what I'd like to be able to do. And then that way I can catch up with the crew in the area and spend some time in LA or the UK or, Europe and ride around all these awesome areas with these awesome people. So who knows what's down the track. All right, that is the end of the vlog for today, you cracking humans. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog.